attack, fast fatal heart impact, past painful scars. In fact, I blast tasteful bars and packs. I back up my actions, fact don't ask, grab reactions, jacked attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose, pick a new silver excuse. I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember, you're just freaked out. Get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirosho here. And now, whenever we last left off with this series, Midoriya, he and the Resistance have created a plan. It's quite simple. They threw Endeavor and a small squad of people into prison. However, they do have their quirks, along with Midoriya throwing Endeavor another quirk, and something special he hid in his forearm. Now, with that being said, it has been roughly about almost a year, and Midoriya and everyone else, basically the top 10 detectives besides Dabi, Tamaki, and Mirio, they're all in Midoriya's little inner circle. And we'll open up with him in his house. With him with, well, Intelli, Ibara, Toga, Kendo, Mei, Momo, and Toru, basically. Along with Nejire. Now, you also do have Todoroki who is there, along with Bakugo, and let's see, Tetsu, along with Katie, Monoma, the Shadow Quirk guy, and Uraka. All of them are talking, and trying to figure all of this out. They are still on the fence. Midoriya only tells them, oh, just give him more time, give him more time, give him more time. That's all he ever says. In fact, they're starting to believe that Midoriya may not actually be on their side. The first month, that was understandable. However, Midoriya just keeps putting Resistance members in jail. Sure, he lets them have their quirks, but what else has he been doing? Midoriya simply just stating to Bakugo, what he's been doing is trying to figure out about the reality benders. And they have all been just annoying. He can't find them. He's been looking, he's been digging, along with Nejire and Intelli. In fact, I believe that there's only one thing to do about it. Listen, I'm not sure if it was made in this timeline. However, hopefully there were schematics built. If not, then I believe I am looking at Intelli. Just saying that she can be a big help, along with Mei. Asking the two if they know about building advanced technologies. Both of them simply just looking at each other and saying yes. But you'll argue about it, right? Well, it just depends. I go for safety, while Mei, hey, I go for efficiency. That's what we need right now. All those safety bullcrap, yeah, it doesn't really help whenever we're probably going to be put between this and a wall of bullets. So how about you just shut up? Hey, I'm not the one who tries to go for shortcuts. We need to stay alive. That's it. Oh, come on. What's staying alive if we're captured in the process? And just thrown into one of those jails. Enough. Bakugo saying. Okay, first of all, what is this little technology you're talking about? Well, shit. I really hope she's still here in this timeline. What are you talking about? Who? Well, Melissa Shield. Who? Yeah, that kinda just proves it. Okay. Have any of you ever heard of David Shield? Um, I believe I have. Possibly. Hmm. I'm actually surprised you know that name, Midoriya. What are you talking about? David Shield. Well, it's quite simple. David Shield is a very, very special case. He was a very smart, wise, and intelligent man. Our records show that he went underground one day. People thought that he created technology. He did. He was primarily for trying to help people with weird quirks, albeit considerably a very good man. However, the resistance, they tried to talk with the man. So, what did the company do? Personally, I do not like it, but they labeled the man a traitor and sent someone after him. Afterwards, they locked him up. And his daughter, we believe that she escaped, or is possibly even dead. I see. So, do you know where David is? Why, yes. Actually, it's going to be quite simple to figure out. But the question is, what is this little piece of technology you're talking about? Okay. In the original timeline, with All Might, Midoriya beginning to explain. All for One, the villain who is over 200 years old. His entire plan backfired. He wanted to steal this piece of technology because not only does it enhance your physical body and your quirks, but it can do so to such a dangerous degree. In fact, whenever he faced off against this man in one timeline, he almost beat him. Looking at it now, it's quite simple. That piece of technology, not only can it help us and the resistance, we need to mass produce it. Hand them out to everyone with strong quirks. And Bakugo, you're gonna get a kick out of this. If you get one, you might be able to level half of the city with a single explosion. Okay, now you've caught my attention. So what are we gonna do? Get these things and then just do what? Go after everyone involved with the organization? No, actually. The plan's even more simple than that. What we're going to do. Okay, this is gonna sound very crazy. We're gonna get me one, then I am going to start bending reality. If it increases my own quirk, well, hopefully I can do it. Do what? I'm going to kill gods. You can't be serious. Everyone in the room beginning to state. Now, Nedre just says one thing. In fact, it might actually be possible. If you think about it, the organization, they don't use reality benders. They could have killed everyone in this room anytime they wanted. They could have taken them all down. And Katie beginning to state, the reality benders tried to take down Midoriya. They tried to kill him. And Midoriya, he simply just agrees. They tried to, but they couldn't keep him dead. He doesn't know what happened, but he just knows that they failed. So that just means one thing. He is stronger. If he gets that piece of technology, he can take them all out, along with the CEO. Then, put reality back together. They are all quite hesitant on this. Midoriya's entire plan. It's somewhat good, but at the same time, it's very risky. Now, everyone begins to argue. And Midoriya, yeah. People are arguing whether or not it's actually a good plan. A lot of people are calling it bad, flawed, or stupid. However, Midoriya, he pulls Intelli aside and asks her exactly where is David's shield. And Intelli just says that the only ones who would know are her superiors. They are going to be closer to the CEO. They have him locked up and producing technology for the company. So he can't be anywhere far. In fact, if I do have to take a guess, her slowing down time. Now, she slows it down and simply just looks over Midoriya's face. Concern, fear, and doubt. Thinking about it for a second, he's expressing all of these feelings. Everything that she's seeing currently. And she focuses back on the mission. And what can be roughly assumed to be probably about an hour or two for her time was nothing more than a minute for Midoriya. She's looking through and trying to figure it all out, making calculations, difficult theories, and even speculations. And she does come to one, telling Midoriya that David's shield is at a possible location, one of three. Telling him that David's shield is going to be at their main production line. Basically, where most of their advanced technologies come out of. And well. She begins to instruct Midoriya that this location has the highest chance, and they should start there. Midoriya just giving her a thanks, as she simply just tells him that this is going to be very vital and important. And to telling Midoriya that war is coming. And if this plan does not go how they want it to, a lot of people are going to die. Midoriya, he simply does know that. Before, Bakugo and the Resistance members do have to leave. There was a knock on Midoriya's door, and it was quite interesting. They all left as Midoriya basically instructed everyone else in the room to simply do something, act natural. A lot of them hopping onto the couch, while others do run around. Kendo, Ibara, and Intelli. Yeah. Kendo ran into Midoriya's workout room. Toga, she didn't really do much. She just began to sit down at a table and sharpen a blade. Ibara, she began to read a Bible. And Telly simply just began to read a book. And sip on some tea. Mei, Momo, and Toru, yeah. They just ran into the bedrooms. Now, Midoriya, he simply opens the door. And he does find Tamaki. Simply just ask Midoriya if Nedre is here. They have to go out on patrol, and she's been lacking and slacking. Oh, yeah, I think she's here. Midoriya is spinning around and just asking for Nedre. As Nedre just asks, what's up? Midoriya tells her that it's Tamaki. He's pretty sure that he wants to talk. Do you want to come in, man? I mean, hell. Tamaki? Yeah. He walks straight into Midoriya's house and looks around. Not much is going on. And, well, it's kind of odd. Every detective, they're here, all in one place. Tamaki just turned to look at Midoriya. a suspicious look on his face, before just shaking it off. Turning to Nedre and just saying that they need to go now. They believe that they have a lead on some resistance members. And Mirio is currently waiting for them downstairs. Oh, come on. Don't be such a sourpuss. Whatever other words you're going to use. Yeah. It doesn't matter. Right now, we need to go. Hell, you've already been falling behind on your duties. This is about the resistance and whatever they did to you. Hell, I won't push you. But you're my friend. And, more importantly, you're my coworker. I'm supposed to make sure you don't get dragged down. Even Mirio's beginning to worry. And really, whenever he just starts worrying, he just gets pissed off. So let's just go. Hell, you're annoying me with this shit now. Nah, I'll be fine. In fact, me and Midoriya were gonna go out and patrol later. Oh. Whatever. Tamaki just walking over to the window and telling Midoriya that if he's gonna go out and patrol with her, just to be careful. Usually she likes to fire off at close by opponents. So, if you're gonna spar with her or train with her or whatever you do, then just be careful. She's not afraid of a cheap shot. Tamaki throwing himself out of the window. As, whenever he does begin to fall down more, he places his hand on the side of it. And, very carefully, he begins to slow down. Tamaki is using his flight quirk. Now, whenever he does slow down, he eventually does land on the ground very softly, walking over to a car and hopping in. Right now, he's not on patrol. And he shouldn't even be flying, let alone doing that. However, the elevator takes too long in this place, and he doesn't want to take the stairs. As he begins to talk with Mirio. Mirio, who is a bit annoyed and pissed off. All of them, well, Tamaki and Mirio begin a conversation, not really believing what actually is going on. Within this past year, Midoriya basically announced, along with all of these other people, the top 10, that him and them are in a relationship. Except for Todoroki. Because Todoroki, yeah, that's a bit of a red flag. Since they've barely even gotten to know the guy. And Midoriya, something would obviously be fishy if he's seen hanging around with a guy they just recruited. A lot. And the girls within the organization, they've been working for roughly almost 2 years. And Midoriya, he basically explains that he hit it off with them. And Nejire, she was sort of the last one to join. This little harem, Midoriya calls it. Since he's not really too sure of a proper word to use for this type of relationship. Him, and a lot of girls. That's basically all he can really think of for a right word. The organization didn't really bat an eye. However, Midoriya, yeah. He's had to jump through certain hoops in order to make sure that this relationship actually does look real. Certain times they'll have a movie night, or simply just all get together and hang out. Beginning by discussing plans and doing certain things. Along with actually little things people would see while they're at work. Now, basically Midoriya goes to extreme lengths to make sure a lot of people in the organization do believe that this is an actual relationship between him and each one of these girls. And the girls, they all do the same. In fact, well, let's just say that on Valentine's Day this year, every one of them called out. People assuming things, when in reality, Midoriya and them all just went to a resistance hideout and began talking. And setting up certain plans. The Resistance, they've been shutting down warehouses that the company runs. The company, however, has been getting an upper hand against them, arresting and having their quirks taken away of multiple of their members. Now, the only real thing that really happened, though, was Mei, Toru, and Momo. They all thought that they would still celebrate Valentine's Day. And Midoriya, yeah, him and them did celebrate by going out on a very nice dinner. He took all three of them out and had a really good time with them. However, whenever it didn't feel right and everyone sort of felt awkward, Midoriya exposed a bit of the truth. He's not really too sure how to feel. All of his emotions, everything that's going on right now, it's sort of just odd. He doesn't like that, for as long as he's known, their relationship seemed real, and everything was all fine and dandy. Explaining to them that if he was put together with them and, well, it's sort of happened because it wasn't him or them controlling it, it doesn't feel right. And they somewhat understood. It was a weird thing hearing, but Midoriya basically explained. Whenever they get reality back on control and basically right, they can figure out what's happening. Figure out what exactly is wrong with the world. Then, whenever they fix that, they can fix themselves. And if they don't want to be with him, they can live their own lives. He will not stop it. These three, yeah. They do get it. The whole, oh hey, I have the power of a god, and I'm not too sure if they put me together with you by force, our relationship's an accident, or if it's even actually real. Fabricated. Yeah. They get it, but at the same time, they don't really get it. Every action they've ever made, every step they've taken, it's all felt like their own decisions. However, finding out that it might be forced, that sort of changes how you feel about things. And it might even mess you up a bit. Now, with that being said, they do get their plans put into place. And they do go to the warehouse where David's shield might be held. Now, with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed, and have an amazing night. Catch you guys in the next part.